Hi, now in this lecture we will be making our program more practical, that means more flexible, in a way that the values will be read from the user and those values will be assigned to the instance variables. So how do we go about that? So this is the same class that we were using in the previous lectures. In the previous lectures I have used two methods. One was there was an assign method in which I was assigning the same values to all the objects, and in the second example we were passing the arguments to the objects, so different values were passed but the user was not giving the input. So now we will be reading the input from the user. So for that purpose it is the best technique, it's a best practice that the function in which the values will be inputted by the user should be the member function. That means it should be written within the class. Okay, so void, you can give it any name. Okay, so and this is the prompt. Enter the employee code, then basic salary, HRA and PF. So this is simply the prompt. Okay, now see in extraction operator E code, extraction operator B cell. So you can press enter and start the next line with again extraction operator. As you know, this is called stream. It's a stream. E code B cell, then HRA, then PF. Okay, so far so good. As far as this method calc net cell is concerned, this remains the same. So let's come to the function main, whereby we have declared three objects. So memory will be allocated for these three objects as we have understood in the previous lectures. Okay, now eobj1 dot, I would be invoking this method read underscore data, then eobj2 dot read underscore data, right, eobj3 dot read underscore data. Okay, now it's very obvious when you would write eobj1 dot read underscore data, because read underscore data member function, this one, is being invoked through the object eobj1, hence it will be called the current object. So control will go into the read data and whatever values will be inputted by the user, those values will go into the instance variables of which object? eobj1 object. Similarly, eobj2 dot read underscore data, in this call the current object happens to be eobj2. Control again will go to the same method, same function read underscore data, but the point to be noted is these instance variables E code, B cell, HRA, PF, they belong to eobj2. Similarly, eobj3 dot read data is going to do the same thing. So as you have understood previously also, there are as many copies of instance variables as the number of objects. Like in this case, there were three objects because we were dealing with three employees. So there were how many copies of E code, B cell, HRA, PF? 3 copies of each. Okay, now the rest of the program is same. Whereby we are calling this calc underscore net salary method, which will calculate the net salary for this first object. eobj2 dot calc underscore net salary will be invoked and current object is eobj2. So net salary of eobj2 will be calculated, similarly that of eobj3. So rest of the things are very clear and they have already been explained. So you should concentrate on these three statements and this new method that we have come up with. Now the values will be read from the user. So press F9 and try to execute the program. Okay, enter the employee code, basic salary, HRA, PF. Suppose I give the value 101. Actually read underscore data function is being invoked for eobj1. So for eobj1, so it is asking for the values. So let me give some values, hypothetical values. Okay, 1000. Okay, now eobj2 dot read underscore data is at work. Control will go into this read underscore data, but the current object is eobj2, right? So let it be 102, 19,000, 8,000, 7,600 something. Now eobj3 dot read data is read underscore data is being worked upon. So control will come to this 103, and these are the values. Okay, so now eobj1 dot calc underscore net salary, they are taking place, and the net salaries will be calculated. So this is a very flexible way to deal with objects. You can declare the objects, then you can have a member function within the class, and that will be reading the values from the user.